Hi, today I want to talk to you about your hiring issues. Now, if you're like me, over the last couple of weeks, you've read a lot about the White House and the amount of turnover and the number of resignations that are going on. And people will often ask me, says, what's going on? Are you surprised by this? And I go, absolutely not. You see, one of the things that we've learned over the last couple of years, in fact, Harvard Business Review says it's perfectly, 80% of all your turnover is due to bad hiring practices. You see, any company that has a lot of turnover, whether it's the White House or your company, when there's a lot of turnover, it's not a performance issue, it's a hiring issue. And I think that's what is most important. Don't be surprised about what's happening at the White House, because the selection process, like any company, that's where the problem is. Now, when we go into organizations with a lot of turnover, there's a couple of things that we find. The first one is that they're hiring people way too fast. Listen, of all the things in business, I know we have to speed up, get faster and faster, but when it comes to hiring the right people, slow down. That's a critical aspect of the hiring process. So when we find a lot of turnover, we see people being hired way too quickly. The other thing we see is that managers and owners are hiring people in their own like. They're hiring people that they like, that would be a good fit for them, and less about their fit for the organization. And what we find is that when organizations are hiring too quickly, when we have managers hiring people that are more of a fit to them than their organization, turnover is going to happen. You know, one of the things that I've kind of enjoyed over the last year is watching confirmation hearings. Because a confirmation hearing for a White House position, particularly a senior position, is doing exactly what it's meant to do. Bring to light when you don't have the qualifications or would not be a good fit for that position. My challenge to you is, does your company have its own confirmation hearings? When a manager or owner wants to hire somebody, are they brave enough, and do you have a process in place where that candidate can sit perfectly with a group of employees and they get to confirm that this person will be successful in the organization? You see, when you go through that process and slow things down, you start to focus more on getting the right fit, a good cultural fit, and that is what reduces the turnover, resignations, etc. So listen, don't be surprised. If you've got a lot of turnover, if you're hiring people extremely quickly, if you're hiring the wrong people, those resignations and terminations, they're going to happen. So get on board. Focus on your hiring process rather than anything else in your organization, because I think that's the most important decision that you make each and every day. Thanks for listening. Again, we'll see you again next week. Cheers.